Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Crystal Barrett's May I Scraplift You. And the creative scrapper that I'm lifting today is Tara O'Rourke. And this is the layout that I'm lifting. And on Instagram, her name is Kryptonite. And on YouTube, her channel is the Paper Snob. So I will try to remember to look up this video and put it down there below. I'm going to scrap this picture of my niece, and as soon as I seen this layout, it reminded me of her in uniform. And I'm going to use that die plus some geometric die. Well, one. No, two. I am using two. And that alpha, it's an older one. And the paper I'm using, well, I am using Mintay's Garage with the embellishments, and also for the 6x8 paper pad. And then there was a scrap from, uh, my mind went blank, 13 Arts, at 13 Arts. But y'all might recognize this background paper. It's neither one of those. It's the one that Debbie gave me. Well, she gave me a paper pad and it was in there. And I had a hard time making up my mind which one to use for a different layout. And the other one won out, but I'm using it. I still wanted to use it. So I'm using it for this one. It is thinner paper, so since I was doing this packaging technique to it, I went ahead and adhered it to, well, it's a thin cardstock on the back. And there's my geometric signs. No, they are not signs. My geometric, well, I don't know what you call them other than die cuts. I mean, I, I somebody was creative with them. I've got them in a folder labeled fun shapes because, they are fun to put on a layout. I thought, well, I cut out three because I thought, well, I'll use the other and put it down there in the right hand corner, well, where I'm putting the picture uh, wheel at right now. Sorry, McAfee just keeps distracting me, wanting me to buy a program for my computer besides the one I already have, which I don't want to, but hopefully they're all done now. Um, let's see. Oh, I'm putting my title on. I do not know the name of that. I got it in a kit once. It's Thickers, though. It is one of theirs, and it is an older one because I got it a while back. But I am putting it on there, and it says, yep, I'm working. And she would send me pictures. She was in the Navy, and I told her I'd do her a scrapbook album. And so she'd send me pictures, and she wanted to make sure she had one while she was working. And this is the one she sent. Of course, I scrapped it for her, but I scrapped this one for me. And I had one picked out to lift of Tara's, and it's been picked out for a while. But when I uh, went to scrap it, I couldn't remember what photo I was going to use with it. So I looked at Tara's stuff again because offhand I couldn't think of nothing. I like to go by inspiration. And I might have got inspired by the one of her husband there in her layout because I just talked to Robin on Mother's Day because she called and wished me a happy Mother's Day and said she's coming this weekend. She lives um, in Maryland. So, yeah, it's a long ways away from me. And so I was thinking about her when I was scrolling through there, I am sure, subconsciously. And this caught my eye. I thought about die cutting out a bunch of gears to put on there. But then I thought, well, I'll use the garage. It's got some in there. It does not have as many as I thought. But I'm using them. I have some I could fussy cut out, but I haven't done that yet. But I am going to use what I've got in that tray. The banner there, I cut it out ahead of time because I wanted to make sure it fit through that geometric shape, fun shaped die cut there. And then that other piece, it looks like some kind of metal plaque kind of thing, kind of like a license plate, but not. And it had holes in it, so I thought, well, I'll put some brads in there. And I wanted to repeat having real metal pieces in 3 places. So I was thinking of where else I could put some, and I am going to end up putting one in the center of that gauge up there, and then one on the chain. I think I put 2 on the chain some way. But I thought I'd finish this little cluster first, but it's not going to be finished. It's going to be close, but not. And I used that die with the footprints because I figured she probably has her boots on, and it's a grungy kind of looking thing. I did use the garage papers for them, but I nestled them in that cluster, and I am cutting apart that extra geometric shape that I have, and I will add some more down to that cluster down there, and I still won't be done. But yeah, I'll keep going back. I That chain is paper rose, and I am going to add. I'm not sure what the thing is that I'm going to add, but it looks like it could use a couple brads, so I'm going to add it. And let me look at it, see if I could tell you. You might be able to look at it and tell me. I'm not sure what it is, but it does have a place for maybe. Well, it has faux brads already in it, and I'm just going to go over the top of them. Now, I bought all this masculine paper and stuff, so I'd have something handy for guy layouts. The older, my grandkids are getting older, so I have more. I have done way more photos of nieces and granddaughters with it than I have grandsons and nephews. I mean, uh, I don't know if they're going to like them all or not, but I have done more. I haven't gave these to them yet, but they will be getting some graduation. Let's see. Well, she's already graduated. She's already a professor. Yeah, she's already got her master's degree or whatever it is. Whatever it is you have to get to be a professor, I'm not sure. And she's still taking classes. Let's see, where am I at? I am adding the gears that I talked about. I cut that one in half, and I'm going to put the one on top. And I am actually going to remember to glue it down later. Yeah, it's going to sit there a while before I do because I wanted to see if I liked it up there or not. That one was a little wider, so I went ahead and added foam tape to it and put it on there to give it some dimension. And and I am adding these little phrases, and I'm not sure what they're from. I got them in a kit, but there was no packaging. And it says, you can do anything, but not everything. Not all who wander are lost, because she was overseas. I think she was in Crete. Is that a place? I think that's where she was at. Um, and then with brave wings, she flies. So I thought those would look pretty good on there because Tara has journaling, and this is my form of journaling. And she has gears over on the right side. She has her title there. But, I added more because I do like more. Let's see. Oh, the little pieces that came out of the one geometric shape, the bigger one, I saved them. So I'm kind of scattering them around, kind of like enamel dots. And while I'm doing that, I want to mention that down there below, you'll find the master link that Crystal created for the May I Scraplift You. So lots and lots of inspiration down there. And maybe you'll find new channels, or you'll find a layout you want to scrap lift. Let's see. I am back down in that corner. I am not sure what. Oh, I'm adding those little circles. I could have sworn I'd be done by now, but I'm not. I will think I'm done in a little bit, but I prepped. Yeah, prepped. I made up some little flowers to go on here, and I used Nuvo drops and in the centers of the flowers. So I made them ahead of time and set them aside, and I almost forgot them. But yeah, they're going to end up on here after the splatters. And it's hard to believe, but they were not completely dry even then. I mashed a few. You might be able to tell it in the close ups. Uh, oh, here's the flowers. I already brought them out while I was just carrying on. But yeah, some of them are a little on the flat side because, I thought they were fine. And you know how you usually push down in the center where you put the glue. Yeah, I had to be very careful after I noticed I was doing that to a couple of them. Well, it might be more than two. Just saying, but I think it's all right on my layout. I don't think anybody that'll be looking at the layouts in the album that they'll be able to tell that it wasn't the right way after all. But that's it. That's my layout, and you can tell where I started out with what Tara had. She did create her background. It was for Mixed Media Mayhem. Uh, but that's it. That's my layout. I had a lot of fun making it. And oh, and see, the brad has changed on my dial there. I really mashed it for sure. So I had to find one with longer tongs. I think that's what it is, tongs. Should have shafts, it's tongs. And all I could find was the square one. So I set it like a triangle and put it there like it was belonging there. And oh, I did put a washer underneath that one brad on the bottom left hand corner. I forgot about that. I did do that. And it's a real metal one. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so very much. But I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun with the playlist down there. Bye.